Man, if you can base anything off of the YouTube comments I received after my last UAP Society launch video, it seems like you guys are pretty polarized on the whole NFT launch prospect. You either hate it or love it. And I can tell you, if you don't love it, you're in a world of hurt for the next 10 years. Like really, NFTs are the future. And I'm going to explain in this video the basics of why we went with NFT, decentralized technology, for UAP Society, and why I think projects like the Galileo Project, unfortunately are not going to stand a chance against decentralized science. They're just not going to stand a chance. I'm going to show you in this video why that is, so stick around. Remember to like this content. If you do like it, let me know you like it. But either way, we're here for the long haul. We're here to find the truth. Subscribe to get notifications of future videos. And as always, support the channel on patreon.com/Chris Lato. Love you guys, you patrons. Now let's get to the video. Chris Lato, welcome to Lato Files.
Since $1 or Bitcoin is always equal to another. Okay, but what is an NFT? NFTs are tokens that live on a blockchain and represent ownership of unique items. Why is that helpful? Well, tracking who owns a digital file is tricky because it can be copied and distributed effortlessly.
Okay, so let's think about this. What did a non-fungible token just do right there? It said basically that it tracks databases. It tracks files. That's it. That's all it does. That's what the blockchain does. It tracks a database. It is a shared large database across the whole globe. Whoever is mining is verifying the network. So all you guys that think we're just burning energy mining, no, we're burning energy to verify the network, to verify the network. So to actually complete the transaction, that's all we need is miners, So remember that key point. And remember, what is money? If you look at money, you're out there, you're not counting stacks of gold. You're not actual weight. What are you looking at when you look at money? You're looking at a database, aren't you? All you're looking at is a database. That's all money is a database.
So how can you prove who's the original owner when everyone has an identical copy of the file? NFTs solve this problem. Imagine that you made a piece of digital art, essentially a JPEG on your computer. You can create or mint an NFT out of this. The NFT that represents your art contains a bit of information about it, such as a unique fingerprint of the file, a token name, and a symbol. This token is then stored onto a blockchain and you, the artist, become the owner. Now you can sell that token by creating a transaction on the blockchain. The blockchain makes sure that this information can never be tampered with. It also allows you to track who is the current owner of a token and for how much it has been sold in the past.
That's it, right? It's just a database. It's just a database. That's all. But it is a secure as hell database. Secure as hell. Much more secure than what we have now. Your Bitcoin blockchain, the reason why everybody uses Bitcoin as the main store of value right now is because the NSA cannot crack it. They cannot crack the mining algorithm. They just can't do it. With our current technology, we have to have quantum computers. We have to have a breakthrough like quantum computers. And then we know that the technology exists, And once you have quantum computers, then you can use quantum computers for the blockchain. That's the whole reason the blockchain has miners, is incentivizes people to have the fastest computers, run it on the network, and now that is just raw computing power of a global network of computers going as fast as they can, and they can't be beat. In order to fork a blockchain, you have to have more than 50% of the computing power.
The large distribution of Bitcoin miners around the world is actually what makes the Bitcoin blockchain so secure. If someone wanted to attack the network, it would be ridiculously expensive and time-consuming to do so. An attacker would need to own over half of Bitcoin's hash rate, which is the total computational power that is actually being used to create and store transactions on the Bitcoin network.
So if you imagine tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of computers around the world mining, now, how are you going to beat that? You have to beat it with 50%, greater than 50% of the computing power in one computer. That's the power of blockchains. It secures our money, secures our assets. And who's doing that now? The banks, right? The banks and the credit card companies. How many credit card frauds have you been up to, right? How many times has your account been hacked? How many times has someone else used your credit card or someone else's credit card? And what do? They just pay it off, right? Because they're making so much money. Look at the banks. Look at the banks. Imagine that this works. Imagine we just go right to Bitcoin. Now you don't need a bank, okay? So you're worried about that energy that, by the way, you can get from the sun through solar power, distributed solar cells with mining operations. That energy you get right from the sun now is verifying the network. That is all you need. That's all you need. You don't need the building that the bank is in. You don't need the air conditioning for the bank. You don't need the people, right? This is Web3. That's the power of NFTs.
It's important to note that the artwork itself is not stored within the NFT or the blockchain. Only its attributes such as the fingerprint or hash of the file, a token name and symbol, and optionally a link to a file hosted on IPFS.
So think about that. Did you just see that? Okay, so the thing that everyone's freaking out about, right? The cartoons, they're just cartoon characters. What is it? Why is everybody trading around art? Okay, just realize that's not even on the blockchain. That's not even on the NFT. The only thing on the blockchain is what he just said, the actual immutable parts of that NFT, the unchangeable parts, the token address, the hash, the IPFS. And they can't be changed. You can't change an NFT after you mint it. You can't change it. And you can't change the blockchain, right? That I just explained. So right here, what that means is NFTs allow us to verify digital assets, to trust them without the need for intermediaries. We don't need the banks. You get it? We don't need the gatekeepers of the science project. Okay, when I asked Avi Loeb last week to be on the project, he agreed initially. And then when I explained what our objectives were, he pointed out that the objectives were the same as the Galileo Project. So he's unable to actually contribute to our project. He's unable to join our project. Why? Because our objectives are aligned. Do you see how ridiculous this is? Our objectives are aligned. So in that sense, in the old world, Web 2.0, we're competing, right? But if our objectives are aligned, why aren't we pooling our resources together? That's the whole difference. Decentralized science will allow us to pool our resources together of everyone on the globe towards a common goal.
Now here's where NFTs become weird. When you buy an NFT that represents artwork, you don't get a physical copy of it. Heck, most of the time, everyone can download a copy for free. The NFT only represents ownership, and that is recorded in a blockchain so nobody can tamper with it. Some say that NFTs give you digital bragging rights.
And this is where I think a lot of people lose the understanding of the NFTs. If you look here, distributed, person to person, immutable, and secure. Of course, you can copy a file. You can copy any file you want. You can copy a picture of my bank account, but it doesn't mean you own the money, right? You can put a picture up of $10 million. But if you can't access that funds, if you can't make that money move around, then you don't control the money. You don't own the money, right? That's what NFTs do. Yeah, you can take a picture of our NFTs, the NFTs that we're going to release. You can share the art, but you don't own it. You can't verify ownership. You get no benefits from that membership. This way we can verify whoever's purchased our NFT and give them access to proposals, to actual science, investigative science, and allow them to actually participate in the community. Why? Because shared objectives. And they will invest in the organization and work for the organization because it's the objectives. That's what everyone's lost sight of. It is the mission, the end mission. If you make a good end mission that people actually give a shit about, then they will do anything to make it happen. And I think finding the truth about the universe, finding the truth of UAPs, or at least gaining a better understanding through real science and share it open source, decentralized, that is a mission we can all get around, I really think. Even the Galileo Project. You know, unfortunately, Avi was unable to actually see, or had the time at least, to see that he can join. The Galileo Project can join at any point. Just buy one of the NFTs that are going to be for sale. Now you are in the club. If you don't want to be in the club anymore, you sell it. No one can stop you from buying that, and no one can stop you from selling that. It's decentralized. Anyone in the world can contribute. Anyone in the world can benefit. It's going to happen. This technology is going to happen. Either we get in now and affect it for good, or we end up in the same damn place we are now, right? Where we're beholden to companies. We're beholden to other people who have decided how we should operate, how we should live. They are the gatekeepers.
And to make it even weirder, while the token owner owns the original artwork, the creator of the NFT retains the copyright and the reproduction rights. So an artist can sell his original artwork as an NFT, but he can still sell prints.
This can change, okay? You can give IP rights. CryptoPunks, for instance, were given IP rights by Yuga Labs. So I have a CryptoPunk, I can use that. Basically, I have reproduction rights and copyright on that CryptoPunk, okay? So you can do it. NFTs is a technology, everybody. This is the big thing. It's like saying, if you say, I hate NFTs, you're basically saying, I hate HTMLs, or I hate web pages. You know, it's not the technology. Don't hate the technology, hate the game. Okay, the game is people are using this technology to fund massive projects with nothing behind them. Okay, they're raising funds and then they're doing nothing with it. Okay, but don't blame the technology. We're going to use the technology for the mission I just described. Okay, and if it's not UAP Society, then I urge someone else to create it, because this is what we need. And if we don't get in now at the ground level and make it so that they actually care about humans, because the last two conferences I went to, they didn't talk about science once. There was not one mention of science, and there was not one mention of education. All they talked about was money, DeFi, play to earn, and pay to earn. What does that mean? It means our kids will be in the same situation that we find ourselves in. We don't have control over our destinies. We don't really know what's going on. And basically, we're not getting the information from the gatekeepers above us. Basically, there are intermediaries between us and what we want to know. And that's the whole point of decentralized science. This is what we're trying to do.
Now, aside from digital art, NFTs can also be used to sell concert tickets, domain names, rare in-game items, real estate, and basically anything that is unique and needs proof of ownership.
Do you see that? Okay, so I hate NFTs. Well, NFTs can be used for anything that is unique or limited and has ownership, which if you look in the real world, pretty much everything, okay? Until we go to some sort of shared socialist model of stuff. Tracking ownership and unique items is what NFTs do. So they will be able to link between the real world and the digital world. So you can NFT any device, any ticket, any idea, any meme, anything you can own, anything a human can think of to own that is unique can become an NFT. It's just tracked in a database. That's it. It's the technology. It's the underlying technology of decentralization. And it is going to kick the shit out of current science funding. The Galileo Project is not adaptable. It's not going to join. They don't want to join our initial project because we have shared objectives. Shared objectives. Imagine. We can't join you because you want to do the same thing we do. So, I'm sorry. We're competing. Okay, let's compete then. I'm pretty sure you're in a world of hurt, okay? Because we can move super fast. We are going to share the information. The community members will get value back immediately for their work and for their investment. This is the idea.
For example, the founder of Twitter sold his first tweet as an NFT. Anyone can see that tweet on his profile, but now only one person can own it. And that person paid over $2.9 million for it. I could even make an NFT out of this video. You could then buy it and be the owner of this video, even though it is free to watch for everyone. Now, why are some NFTs worth millions? Well, their worth is determined by what people are willing to pay for it. If I'm willing to pay $100 for a particular NFT, then it's worth $100. Prices are driven by demand, so be careful. An expensive NFT becomes worthless if nobody wants to buy it.
So what makes an NFT valuable? Right now, it's marketing and hype. That's why everyone is complaining about NFTs, because that is the biggest thing. It's your hype and your marketing, because people are diving in. They don't really understand the technology. And so they see this big project coming up. Okay, sounds like good names. And they just start buying it. Okay, they jump in. That's how it works in the short term, right? Just like the stock market. In the short term, it's a gambling machine. In the long term, it's a weighing machine. So value will fall out, okay? We are aiming to provide value through science, giving people understanding. And there's a lot of data and information in science. Keeping science secret is why they don't share the information, because they're making money. That's why you can't get images from satellites, or it's very hard to get images from satellites, right? Because they keep that information, because it's valuable. Information is very, very valuable, especially these centralized organizations, right? The government was not willing to share anything with us about UAPs because as soon as it gets out, they don't have any access to it more. They lose power over the information. So these centralized organizations, they have to maintain the info. They cannot let the information go out. They can't collab with other organizations because as soon as that information goes out, they lose their power. They lose their power to compete, right? Against everyone else, compete. But our goals are shared, man. We have shared objectives. So it's going to be a new model, everybody. It's going to be a new model. It will have to change some things, but it's transparent. It is open source. Okay, the money will automatically go to a fund, automatically. You can see it. You want to know where our budgets are going? Look at the Discord. Go to the Discord. You can check it on the blockchain. You can check where all of the money goes. You can see it. It's open source. And by the way, anyone in the world can participate, okay? We're talking mostly to an American audience, North American at least, but anyone in the world can participate. Great. Avi Loeb doesn't want to do it? Fine. Are there any scientists in anywhere else in the world that are interested in this? Any other scientists? All you need is an internet connection, an idea, a proposal. If you deliver on it, then you will get more proposals. All we want is data, open source data. That's it. Collab together. This is it, guys. UAP Society, Decentralized Science. It's coming. I mean, it's coming whether you like NFTs or not. It doesn't matter. The technology is there. The underlying technology really is there. Just spend a few minutes. There's many videos online. You can see MetaMask. Look how to get a MetaMask wallet. All you will need to purchase our NFTs is a MetaMask wallet. I'll show that next video, how to do that. Again, guys, hope you like this. I still have a video releasing on Friday for UAPs, so don't think I'm not making videos about UAPs. I'm just buckling down, man. We're going hard. So get in there if you haven't signed up for UAP Society yet. I encourage you to do it immediately. The UAP Society ship is launching very soon, everybody. If you want to get in at the ground floor, if you want to get in on an actual whitelist, this is going to be a blue chip whitelist. If you want to get in the cheapest we can possibly make it, you need to go uapsociety.com, give your email address, put in your names, and then we will send you the information on how to actually purchase the NFTs when time comes. Our goal is to educate you guys so you feel comfortable on it. It really isn't difficult once you do it. It's just a new whole technology, a new whole world out there, but it's coming for sure. And it brings more transparency. This is our way to get more transparency, to cut out intermediaries, okay, that have been screwing us, the central commands, the Facebook, the Googles, the governments of the world. We can basically skip them out, okay, and go to a decentralized, autonomous organization of the future. Thanks for being here, everybody. Have a great week. Peace.